Yeah.
Don't make me cry, say.
Yeah. You my treacherous little twin, and you know that we.
Hey y'all, welcome to my mini makeup tutorial. I would describe it as budget friendly and beginner level, so let's go ahead and get started. I went ahead and did my eyebrows already off camera, but you want your first step to be your moisturizer and then your primer. I am using the e.l.f. Power Grip primer that I got. You can get it from Walmart, Target. Don't go to Target, but you can get it from any grocery store I feel like has cosmetics in it. It's really good for me. I've been using it for years now, so if you want to cop, go ahead and cop this. You won't regret it at all. And do y'all see that grip? Better than me. Yep. Next, you're gonna want to go in with your foundation, your skin tint, cream foundation stick, whatever floats your boat. I actually got this Ruby Kisses e.l.f. Halo Glow dupe like yesterday. Why is it actually so bomb? I know it looks a little yellow on my skin tone, but once you put that contour and that bronzer and that blush, y'all, it was tea. But yeah, this is a good little dupe if you want to try out this. I would give it like an 8 out of 10. Calm 8 out of 10. I showed the Fenty one as well because I use shade 20. I'm running out, so that's why I have the Ruby Kisses, but Fenty shade 20 is tea as well. Now I'm going in with a dense brush. You want your foundation brush to be dense. You don't want to use those straggly looking ones because it's just going to leave streaks on your skin and it's not cute. Okay, so I'm patting that into my skin. As you can see, I'm nowhere in any shape or form. I am streaking this brush across my face, so don't you do it. Okay, but yeah, get that neck. Get the neck, especially if you have a little bit discoloration like you see that I do. Get that neck, get them eyelids. Yep, yeah. All right, your next step is going to want to be your cream contour. I'm using this Ruby Kisses. Ruby Kisses just sponsor me, honestly, at this point. But yes, you're going to want to use a cream contour. And I'm pointing my finger to where I put the contour. You want it to kind of follow your natural line on your cheeks that you get when you develop. I also went ahead and put it on my jawline just to, give a little shadow, give her that little chub on the side. Then I also went in with a different brush and started blending it out. You don't want to use a brush that's kind of dirty and streaky, which is why I changed the brush. But you're going to want to put that on your eyelids as well. What is that called? Your nose, eyebrow bone, something. But you're going to want to head and blend. You're going to want to blend that out. Make it look seamless for the most part. It's okay if you miss a little bit, but try to get into your hairline, your temple, all up in there. You don't want to have a line of demarcation. Blend it into your eyebrows and your nose. And yeah, just blend. All right, now we're on to my favorite part. The blush. Oh my god, y'all. I just picked up this e.l.f. I just picked up this blush. The e.l.f. Camo Liquid Blush in the shade Pinky Promise. When I tell y'all, that blush is tea. I need to get the other ones, but we was on a little bit of a budget. But y'all, the e.l.f. Pinky Promise, that is so good. Do y'all see that? Do we see that? Okay, we see that. It is so cute. A tip, I know a lot of people say blend upwards, which is what you want to do, which is what I'm doing because I'm putting it into my temples, but you're going to want to also put it on your cheeks. I personally like to smile, show my dimples a little bit, and then put the cream blush on top. It just looks better that way, and I just figured that out like 2 days ago. So I'm going in with a different brush and trying to blend that out. I actually had a leftover residue of a different blush, so that's why I was like, that wasn't supposed to be there. But yeah, blend it out. Then we're doing concealer. This is the Born This Way concealer in the shade Chestnut. I want to get a different one because I feel like it looks a little bit too yellow on me, but this concealer overall is really good, and I will buy it again and again and again and again and again. But personally, I like to use one dot because do we see that pigment? do we see the coverage? So you don't want to have too much concealer on. It's going to look bad. I figured that out the hard way. So I put only one dot underneath both my eyes, a little bit on my forehead, on my upper lip, and my chin. And then I grab a brush that I use to blend out my base, and I blend out the concealer with the blush and the contour. And then I'm using this Ruby Kisses palette in one of the shades that's closer to my skin tone, and I'm just putting that underneath the bronzer just to kind of sharpen up that line, not make it too obvious. And we're going back in with the blush, as I should. I don't know why my finger points out like that. Y'all, side note, I was watching a show called Dare Me on Netflix, and when I tell y'all it had me gagged, I was looking at that thing for a while. I was like, huh? Anyways, we have another concealer. This is the e.l.f. Camo Concealer, the hydrating one. And with this brighter shade, you're going to see that I'm keeping it in the triangular part of my eye, the very, very inner corner of my eye. I'm not necessarily trying to spread it outwards too much into that blush, into that bronzer, because I really just want it to be focused in that center of my inner corner. So make sure you don't go too outwards and kind of keep it in the same area for the most part. I do kind of go next to my nose just to blend it out a little bit more, but don't go too far out with that brighter concealer. You're gonna look a mess. Okay, all right. And also, if you don't know what you're doing, if you don't know anything, you need to blend. Okay, blend out everything, okay. As you see, I'm going back in with that foundation brush from the beginning, and we're going back in and blending that concealer into everything. We got the blush brush coming back out. We got everything, okay? The next thing we have is the One Size powder. This is actually very, very, very tea. I love this powder. That was my first high-end powder. So good. I'm distracted by the show, as you can see. But I'm going to go ahead and put that on a triangular powder puff. We're going to dip it in, spread it on our back of our the back of our hand just to make it even. I saw that on TikTok, so yep, I'm gonna tell y'all too. Go ahead and I can't describe it, but you see what I'm doing. And do y'all see that blur? So it's either this or the Huda Beauty powder. One of them. I do want to get a lighter shade. Like I said, I feel like some of my makeup is a little bit too yellow. It looked good on camera, but hey. Yep, this show had me gagged again. We're going to put some on my forehead, a little bit on my nose, on my chin. Everywhere that we put concealer, even on my eyebrows, but I did that already. I also put some on my eyelids as well. A little bit underneath the bronzer and contour. Not too much. We don't want a line of demarcation. Still gagged by that show. And yeah. Blending it out a little bit more, because where you place your powder is what is going to show up when you take pictures, especially if you have a digital camera. That's where it's going to be. So make sure you blend it out. Like I said, if you don't know how to do nothing, just blend it out, okay? All right, now I'm using another powder. This is the NYX HD finishing powder, and I kind of use this as a brightening powder. It actually has no flashback. I said, oh, okay. I'm not sure if I like it or not. I'm not completely sold on it just yet. I still want to get the Maybelline one, the one that y'all see on TikTok all the time. I still want to get that, but I mean, it does what it needs to do, so yeah. Next up, we have the Holy Grail. Okay, y'all, this palette for contour is So good for bronzer. I used to use this all the time before I used the other palette. But this is actually so good. I love me some black radiance. Okay. But yeah, I put that on my eyelids. Now I'm dusting off the NYX powder. Putting some of that middle shade onto my nose. Oh, I'm going a little bit fast. Hold on, I must be at the end. Okay, we're putting a little bit of NYX dark brown eyeliner, lip liner on my. Okay. All right, we got the set and mist. Okay, period. Yeah. Okay. We're doing a lip. Yeah, we're gonna put some mascara on our bottom lashes to make it pop. And like I said, I'm using the NYX dark brown liner. I don't even know if this is a lip liner. It probably is, or an eyeliner, one of them. And then I'm going to go with NYX Praline in the middle. Now, I overline my lips because I have a double lip so bad. So I overline. I have no problem with it. I think it looks cute once you put it all together. So, and I went ahead and put the full timing of this so you can see how I structure it. But yes, I overline my lips to the guys. Okay. It just looks cuter that way. I don't care. Beat me up.
Sailing overseas and just drape me in Gucci, no. All I ever asked was you to cut the phone when you alone. All I ever asked was you to show me some love, kisses, and hugs. I never had an issue, go to the club with your boys, baby. I never wanted you to stay, just wanted you to show me. So won't you say my name, say my name. If you claim you want me, it ain't no that. You acting kinda shady. You ain't been calling.
And then after that, I just go ahead and put some Beauty Supply gloss. I would recommend the e.l.f. Clear gloss, but this will do. And this is the final look. Y'all think it's cute. Obviously, I want to change that concealer, but overall, it's cute, cheap. Face. Yeah, period. Anyway, bye. Thanks for watching.